Structure of nerve cells. See, basically, nerve cell consists of three parts: cell body, neck, and the axon. Right, generally. Okay. Now, each nerve cell consists of a cell body with prominent. So first we'll discuss about the cell body. In cell body, what will be available? Nucleus. Right. Clear. And there are fine projection mainly of two types extending from the cell body. So from cell body, you can see these thread-like structures are coming out. Right. These are called as fine projections. Right. Two types of fine projections will be there. One, smaller fine projections are dendrites. See, these are the dendrites which I have just now underlined, red color. And one more longer fine projections will be there, which is called as axon. This is longer projection. Is it looking longer in size or not? Right. So this longer projection is known as axon, and the small projections are called as dendrites. Clear? So cell body has nucleus and two types of projections. One small projection, one longer projection. Small projections are so many numbers and they are called as dendrites. Longer projection is only one, that is called as axon. Okay? Clear about this? Now, about axon. Axon is surrounded by specialized insulatory part. See, axon is covered with some sheath. That sheath is called as myelin sheath. Now this sheath is interrupted at regular interval. See now, at regular interval there is some gap. Right, between every part there is some gap. That regular interval is known as node of Ranvier. Clear? So this sheath is interrupted in the sense you can consider that it's broken. Right, at regular interval. That point where it is broken is known as nodes of Ranvier. Okay? Now, just now we discussed this axon is covered with the myelin sheath. This myelin sheath is made up of certain cells. Those cells are called as Schwann cells. And what this Schwann cells consist of? Fatty material. Like our body skin has the fat, that type of fat will be available in this part of the axon. Right. That means complete axons are covered with the fat, in simple words. Got with this point? Which cell has produced those fat? Schwann cell. That names you recollect once. Right. Okay. This is about the axon with myelin sheath. Now axons not having sheath are called as non-myelinated fibers. So some of the axons will not have the fat. Those are called as non-myelinated fibers. Okay. And covering also forms a partition between adjacent axons. See, here simply. Now, this is one axon. There are so many nephrons actually, so many nerve cells. So, between every axon there will be some gap, and that covering will be done with the help of fat only. Right. One axon will have its own myelin sheath, another axon will have its own myelin sheath. Like this, millions of nerve cells will be there together. Okay? So here we are discussing only about one, but there are millions together. We'll see how they are connected, which is called as synapse. In the coming topic we'll get it. Now, the nerve cell body lies in our brain and spinal cord, and they are very close to the spinal cord. So where the cell body will be present? In our brain as well as in our spinal cord, but they are very close to our spinal cord. Those cell bodies which are near the spinal cord are called as dorsal or ventral roots. What they are now? Dorsal or, so ऐसे cell body जो spinal cord में होते हैं उनको क्या बोलेंगे? Dorsal root बोलेंगे या तो ventral root. Dorsal root, ventral root इससे पहले discuss करें, याद है? Right. Then in brain or spinal cord, it is difficult to make out the difference between dendrites and axon on the basis of their length. See, just now we said cell body will have the two outlets, projections. Some projections are called as dendrites, some of them are called as axon. So they are present in the brain as well as spinal cord. But just by looking into that, we cannot say that which is axon and which is dendrites. So dendrites और axon को केवल देखने से हम उन्हें पहचान नहीं पाएंगे. हाँ, हम पढ़ते समय लिखेंगे कि एक्सॉन छोटे होते, एक्सॉन बड़े होते, डेंड्राइट छोटे छोटे होते हैं, बट इनको देखने से ऐसे पता नहीं चलता वहाँ पे सब कुछ, क्योंकि ये बहुत कम जगह में करोड़ों नर्व सेल्स होते हैं, राइट। इतने से जगह में करोड़ों की संख्या में होते हैं, सो आइडेंटिफाई करना अपने आप में बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है। दैट्स व्हाई डिफिकल्ट टू आइडेंटिफाई द डिफरेंस बिटवीन डेंड्राइट्स एंड एक्सॉन्स just by seeing their length. Okay, clear about this? Now, how we can identify then? See, with the help of myelin sheath. Axon will have the myelin sheath, dendrites will not have the myelin sheath. So all the projections which do not have the myelin sheath, they are dendrites. Like this we should identify. And all those projections which have the myelinated sheath, they are called as axons. In this way we should identify. We cannot identify by seeing their length. Got with this paragraph now? Right? Next, see, just now I said you, in our nervous system there are hundreds of millions of nerve cells. How many nerve cells? Hundreds of millions, hundreds of billions. 1 billion means 100 crore. 100 billion means 100 into 100. 200. 10,000 crores of nerve cells are there. Getting 10,000 crores. So something out of imagination. Right. Now these nerve cells are connected to each other. Because of that connection only our whole body is working. They are present everywhere from our toe to our head. Everywhere they are present. And the information will keep on passing throughout this. Right. Now, these nerve cells, they are in 10,000s of crores. Now, they have connections with each other. Like, we'll connect the wire and current will pass. Same way, connections will be there with every nerve cells. That's why you see, if somebody pinches here, information will go to brain because there are connections. Right. Now, these connections are between nerve cells only. And those connections are called as synapses. What we call them as synapse. In this diagram you can see. See, these are the axon terminals. Axon terminals and the dendrites. Axon terminals of one nerve cell means end part of one nerve cell will connect to the dendrites of next nerve cell. And end part of this nerve cell will connect to the dendrites of next nerve cell. Like this, end part and dendrites will keep on connecting. And the point where they are connecting, it's called as synapse. And through this connection only, information will pass from one nerve cell to another nerve cell, right? Like this, billions are there. Getting from one to another one, they keep on passing the information. Understood about this, right? So clear about this, how the information will pass through the connection between the nerve cell, and the point where they are connecting is called as synapse. And how they connect? That axon terminal of one nerve cell will connect to the dendrites of the next nerve cell. And the axon terminal of that nerve cell will connect to the dendrites of another nerve cell. Like this, all the billions of nerve cells are connected to each other. Understood about the nerve cell now? And their passage of information through synapses. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, we'll end up this video here now.